Hello, I'm Philip Brunelle, Artistic Director and founder of Vocal Lessons and Organist Choirmaster at Plymouth Congregational Church in Minneapolis. Well, we have reached the point of composer number 200. And as I thought about that number, I thought perhaps this is the time to bring several composers into the mix for number 200. Composers that you have never heard at Vocal Lessons or at Plymouth Church, and most likely never will. And so today, I brought along, of course, my wonderful partners in crime, Maria Jette and Bradley Greenwald, to help bring these composers to life for a moment, starting with the composer Floy, an unusual first name, F-L-O-Y, Floy Little Bartlett, born in 1883, passed away in 1956, born in Iowa, and known for a number of what I would call period pieces, including the one that you're going to hear, which I did not know before it was given to me by Maria, a piece called Historical Song Miniatures for Children. And so Maria is going to join, come Maria, and let's do 4 of these composers. What you'll find about them is you'll recognize melodies that the composers had written and words of Miss Bartlett that don't quite work.
When George Frederick Handel was only a boy, he loved music better than even a toy. He hid in the attic where no one could hear, and practiced the tunes that to him were so dear. He wrote oratorio and opera too, this German lad, an artist so true. We love the Messiah in all points so fine. Handel died on Good Friday, 1759.
Johann Sebastian Bach.
John Sebastian Bach was born in the little town of Eisenach. When he was 10, he sang from door to door, for his parents died and he was poor. He played the organ, clavichord, and violin, and wrote for voice for one or many men. He died in 1750, John Sebastian Bach.
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
As a child, Mozart wrote and played so well that his fame soon spread, and all word would tell how at 5 he composed charming minuets, and for kings and queens with his sister played duets. Sad to tell, he died at 35, but his melody and grace so divine are still alive in his numberless works beyond compare. He died in Vienna, lonely, poor, and in despair.
Ludwig van Beethoven.
When Beethoven was a boy in Bonn, life was sad, his father cruel. At 13, his family was in need. To help them all, he worked and gave up school. But his greatest of all in the classics written to inspire
was Maria Jette singing music of the immortal composer Floy Little Bartlett. Well, since we had the letter FL at the beginning of her name, that makes sense to stick with FL. And let's go to Flanders and Swan. And I can't think of anyone to help us bring forth this music more than having Bradley Greenwald. Bradley, please join, and would you, maybe just for those who don't know Flanders and Swan, just a little word of who they are.
Flanders and Swan were a British music hall duo from the 50s and 60s who wrote and composed and performed their own songs. And we're going to do one of those songs, which is very typical for them, to set a song in a place that might not ever be used, let's say, in a vocal lessons concert or for a church service. Oh, I find much simple pleasure when I've had a tiring day in the bath, where the noise of gentle sponging seems to blend with my top A. In the bath, to the skirl of pipes vibrating in the boiler room below, I sing a potpourri of all the songs I used to know, and the water thunders in and gurgles down the overflow. In the bath, in the bath. Then the loathing for my fellows rises steaming from my brain. In the bath, and condenseth to the milk of human kindness once again. In the bath, la 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 la, in the bath. Oh, the tingling of the scrubbing brush, the flannel's soft caress, to wield a lordly loofah is a joy I can't express. How truly is it spoken, what is next to godliness? In the bath, in the bath. Then there comes that dreadful moment when the water's running cold. In the bath, in the bath. When the soap is lost forever and I'm feeling tired and old. In the bath, in the bath. It's time to pull the plug out, time to mop the bathroom floor. The towel is in the cupboard, and the cupboard is next door. It started running hot, let's have another hour or more. In the bath, in the bath. I can see the one salvation of the poor old human race. In the bath, in the bath. Let the nations of the world all meet together face to face. In the bath, in the bath. The Republicans and Democrats will learn to innovate. The end of the pandemic we will cheer and celebrate, provided everybody gets a chance to vaccinate. In the bath, in the bath.
Music of Flanders and Swan. Thank you so much, Bradley.
You are very welcome, Philip.
Yes. So to end this celebration of composers on the 200th number, we come to a duet. So please, Bradley, Maria, would you please join me? And Maria, perhaps, why don't you introduce this stunning finale to the 200th composer?
Thank you, Philip. This is from a set of songs written by Liza Lehmann, an extremely successful Edwardian-era British composer who was married to a fellow, Herbert Bedford, who was a miniaturist, and I'm a fan of both of them. Bedford wrote a lot of unaccompanied songs, which always intrigued me, and Liza Lehmann I first knew through her immortal song, There Are Fairies at the Bottom of Our Garden, but she also wrote lots of serious music, including, the setting of
the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam for quartet of singers and piano, which she toured all over the United States. And you can still find those scores in old libraries in our land. But very few people know this set of cautionary tales for children. The title is the same as Hilaire Belloc's collection of his poems, which were all sort of morality tales for kids, a little along the lines of that German guy, was it Struve Peter, who, well, let's say they're kind of admonitory moral fables which are extremely grisly. So I don't think you should expect that the children who disobey the proper rules of etiquette and common decency will survive, because they may be forgiven in the afterlife, but they meet an appropriate end in human life. And thus it is with Matilda, who told lies and was burned too. But I won't give it away.
Matilda told such awful lies, it made one gasp and stretch one's eyes. Her aunt from her earliest youth had kept a strict regard for truth, attempted to believe Matilda. The effort very nearly killed her.
Now once towards the close of day, Matilda growing tired of play, and finding she was left alone, went tiptoe to the telephone and summoned the immediate aid of London's noble fire brigade.
From Putney, Hackney, Downs, and Row,
With courage high and hearts aglow, they galloped roaring through the town.
Matilda's house is burning down.
Matilda's house is burning down.
Matilda's house is burning down.
They ran their ladders through a score of windows on the ballroom floor, and took peculiar pains to souse the pictures up and down the house, until Matilda's house succeeded in showing that they were not needed. And even then she had to pay to get the men to go away.
It happened that a few weeks later, her aunt went off to the theater
To the theater.
to see that entertaining play, The Second Mrs. Tanqueray.
That night a fire did break out.
You should have heard Matilda
You should
shout.
have heard
You
Matilda
should have
shout.
heard her scream
You
and
should have heard her
call,
scream and
throw the window up and call. But every time she shouted, "Fire!" the people answered, "Little liar." And therefore when her aunt returned, Matilda and her house were burned.
Have a wonderful day.
Perfect.
That's